Hey everybody, Rich Saff here. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go over a control position from my control advanced attack video, and from that control position we're going to show a little bit of an advancement and an attack option using our partner's lapel, which kind of makes this a crossover into my lapel art video as well. So my partner's going to jump on the mat over here. So we're going to be working from cross side control, okay? So when I set up side control, I like to set on the near side. I got one knee at my opponent's hip. I got my other knee just above his shoulder, okay? So if I go down to my position and he goes into his standard position with the hand on the hip, hand on the shoulder, I got my hand under his head. Okay, so now from here, a lot of guys are going to this position here, controlling the shoulder, okay? What I like to do now, to limit my partner's ability to move, there's a couple things I can do, okay? One is bring his chin right into his chest, okay? If I do this, bridge up, Mark, he can't bridge his hips, okay? It makes it very difficult, okay? So I want to take away my partner's ability to do two things. One, to bridge up, and the second thing I want to eliminate from his options is the ability to turn and face me, okay? So to do that, I either going to pin his head to his shoulder or turn his face away from me, okay? So what I do with this control position is I do a combination of all of those things, right? So he gets into his position, I come down here, I start off with my underhook, and I come under his head, and I lift up and grab above his shoulder, okay? I'm not underneath, I'm not grabbing material, I'm not going inside the gi. I'm coming right to the top of his shoulder and just grabbing material, okay? You can see what that does is it brings his head up and pins it, right? So come through, come up, grab that material that brings his head up. My next move is to bring my elbow tight and into my hip. That turns his head away towards the camera. Mark, from here, can you bridge? Can you turn and face me? Anything. So as you can see, just with this one hand, it gives me a lot of control over my partner, right? So now I have my second hand. I don't have to worry about hugging him and trying to hold him in place. Let me loosen up on you. And trying to hold him in place, okay? And then letting go to do my next move. Okay, so if I come here and I squeeze tight and now I go to do my next move, I have to let go. He's going to feel that loosen, and that's when he's going to have a real good advantage to start moving to try and attack, escape, okay? So, first thing, get above, pull in, turn the head away. Now I have a free hand. With my free hand, I'm just going to reach back. I'm pulling his lapel out. As I pull it out, I pull down just to make sure I have it fully out and I have enough room. From here, I let go of it, okay? I don't want him to think right away I'm attacking him with this lapel. I let go of it, okay? So I can re-grip it about halfway up, just using the edge piece where the rubber is sewed in. You okay, dude? Where the rubber is sewed in. I want to go halfway up that, right? From here, I'm now driving up. I'm going up and out under his armpit. At this point, I'm going to let go of this arm. I'm going to come above my hand, thumb to his body. And I'm going to grab, and I want to pull that as tight as I can possibly get it, okay? This hand comes back down, and I pull this in nice and tight. You see how it opens him up, okay? From here, his initial instinct is going to be to try and use his hand to push, okay? If he does that, now I'm going back towards the tail, okay? From here, as he pushes off on me a little bit, I'm releasing, coming over his arm, okay? And I'm passing it back to my opposite hand, coming underneath, zip tying that nice and tight, and pulling this hand under, which you see opens up his elbow and brings his hand up. From this position, nice and easy, I'm going to his wrist. Now I'm just gonna start my key lock, okay? He's getting the tap already. If I'm doing this and I'm not getting the tap, okay, my next move is to nice and grindy go over his head, pin my elbow into his neck. Okay, he's tapping already, but then I'm sliding up to my traditional key lock and finishing it. Okay? So I'm going to show it one more time, head to the camera. Just on a little bit of an angle though. So not completely, I want you head more to this side, okay?
Yes, sir.
Right, now just right there. Okay? So, my setup, knee to hip, knee to shoulder, okay? My partner's going traditional defensive position, okay? As I come under, my hand comes up above his shoulder, okay? I pull my elbow towards my hip. That turns his head away from me, and I got his chin driven into his chest, so he can't bridge and he can't turn and face me, okay? If he tries, he can try and turn and face me. You're gonna see it's very limited. He can move a little bit, and I can't hold him here indefinitely, but I can hold him here long enough to now reach back, peel his lapel, make sure I have it out, release, come back up. I'm grabbing just the part where the rubber is, okay? About halfway up, out and up. From here, control again, okay? If for some reason there's not enough lapel here for me to grab to come over the top here, or depending on how he's moving, at this point, if I want, I can transition to my knee on belly, into my mount position, and open up and start attacking this arm because I still have control over it, right? I can transition to my knee on belly, okay? Transition back to a more traditional knee on belly, okay? Depending on what you like to do, okay? But I always start off with the same position, okay? You all right, dude? So I always start off the same way. I got to my side control position, I get above, I pull the chin up and tucked, turn the head away, peel the gi out, give it a tug so I know it's all the way out, slide up about halfway, feet under, thumb to my partner, feet it in, zip tie it nice and tight, elbow back to my hip. Once again, his head is up and turned away. I got good control from this position right here. He starts pushing off on me. I reach up, I grab, over the top. As I come over the top with my original hand, I'm feeding it back to the hand that's under the neck. From here, I'm keeping this tight. I'm sliding back under his elbow, zip tying that nice and tight. From here, I'm just gonna pull my far side arm. I'm just pulling my elbow towards his hip, opens him up, gives me my key lock. I can't finish my key lock, grind over the head, elbow to the neck, slide in, okay? I don't have to really let go of this to slide into my traditional key lock. All I need to do is just start going into it and go to my wrist, okay? I'm ready in the position, okay? He's tapping quick on that because it's a shitty position for him, okay? My other option here is, I got to this position right here, I come under, actually, well, let's say I don't even get that far. Let's say I come over to this position right here and I feel he's giving me a lot of resistance, right? At this point, I can just shoot this hand right in, right across to the far side of his neck, and just come up for my Ezekiel choke, okay? I did a version of that from the closed guard. So there's lots of, let's just jump up more. So there's lots of options once you get that complete control over that position, okay? So first thing we're doing is we're going to the control position. Second thing we're doing is he's pushing off. We're taking the tail of the lapel, wrapping it over the arm, feeding it back, then bringing that far side arm underneath, zip tying it, opening up the elbow, taking our key lock, okay? If you're interested in this, you'd like to learn more, hit me up. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook at Rich Sab, Twitter at Rich Sab. You can leave a message here on the YouTube channel and I will be happy to answer any questions you may have. You can also go to BJJ Fanatics, look me up, Rich Sab. There's 2 videos there. One is lapel art, the other is control advanced attack. What I did today, I show those initial setups pretty extensively in the control advanced attack video, and there's a second lapel art video that will be coming out pretty soon. The original one is working from guard. The second one to come out will be working from various different positions, so stay tuned for that. Peace.